Hi and welcome again. And in this particular video, I'm going to talk about financial management. And this is a very interesting part because managing finances, it costed me a lot. And so I don't want you to go through what I went through. And what I mean is, there are two sections of financial management: personal finances and business operations. Okay, and you need to know this. First of all, there are recurrent expenses, either you are in business or not. First of all, your house has to be paid because you'll be working from home. Yes, and then you have bills to pay. You have electricity, you have water, and then let's say you have a family. They need to eat. You also need to eat. They need to wear. There are personal effects like soaps, toiletries. There are also clothing. So all these things, they are recurrent, either you are working or not. So you must ensure that these things, they have to be taken care of. And this includes your rent, especially your rent, and then your food. So you have to arrange in the level of priority. And when we say priority, food is the first priority, and then rent, because food is of less. We eat, okay, in this house, in my house, we eat less than we pay rent. So the first thing I do when I am paid, I make sure I buy food, because the rent I have up to date 5. Yes, and if I fail, I can, because I already have a deposit, I can always pay on 15th. Okay, that is for me. I don't know about you, but that is how we have agreed with my landlord. So if I fail to pay between date 5 and date 7, now I can pay on date 15. Okay, so that gives me more time. So if we ate into the money that we are supposed to pay, rent or other things like electricity and other business expenses, because the business right now has real life expenses. We have people that have to be paid. There are real cost of transport going to the client premises. All those things we are paying for, softwares, everything. So everything that we are doing, it has real costs. So I'm right now I'm very sharp when it comes to expenses and finances. So, but when I was starting out, there are some things that I did not know, and I wish I knew, or I had somebody to tell me. First of all, there are two regions that, as I had said earlier, feast and famine. So what I say, or what I mean by feast and famine, there are regions, or there are specific periods of the year where you have work and the clients are paying, and then there are times when you don't have any work and there are no income coming. So what do you do? So for example, on my niche, when I was working for the last 5 years, I have noticed this. There are periods that when I have some money and work coming through. That is from late February up to late November. Yes, but there is a period in between June and September where there are some straining in getting new clients. Okay, so from late November, from that period is when we are concluding the year up to date 15. Then from date 15, there is no other job until late February. So that's how it has been working for me. And so there are two areas from March. That is how I categorize my productive year, from March to June. Abundance. June to August. Okay, June, July, August. That is up to September. Nothing or little. And then from September to December, plenty. So those are two regions of the year where, from my own perspective, or from where I have been working, those are the time periods where I have money and have clients coming in. So that is the region of feast. And then when there is no, or there is little job, that is the region of farming. And that is when now, if I did not plan my income to cover the period when I will not be working, now I start the process of going into debt. You go into debt, you borrow from family, you borrow from friends, from child, because in 2 to 3 months you'll be having something back, and when you have something coming in, you pay off your debts, and now you don't have anything to go to the next farming. And then you're stuck in a cycle of lack. And that's how I went between 2018, COVID struck in 2020. There was literally no work. We lost all. But that time I had another company. It was called Monsoon Lighters. We had even had a working station. My writers, they used to come to a physical location. I used to give them work there so I can oversee everything. Now COVID struck. We lost all, almost like 90% of all clients, because it was a region of uncertainty. All the business that we had, they sent messages saying that they will be discontinuing their services, and we understood, because it was too much risk for them, and there was nothing coming in. All the business were closed down, and we had to close down. And I released my employee at that time, and that year was tough, and the company went to bankruptcy, and until then it has never come up to this date. So trust me when I tell you, finances are very important. So how do you go about it? So before starting out your career full time, because I suspect or expect that before you go into your job full time, that is content writing full time, you must have enough finances to run you for 6 months. Okay, and you have consistent customers, unless you are like me, who, as somebody who was in school. Okay, so you are doing it on a part-time basis and you don't have any other way to go about it, and so that way you can go online and full-time. Okay, but if you are not a student and you don't have any other thing, but you have a stable job, continue doing it, but do content writing on a part-time basis. Okay, and then when you can now live by content writing and have enough finances to cater for you and your household for 6 months. If you are paying rent, for example, if you're in Kenya and you are paying for 1 bedroom 10,000 or 8,000, you must have at least 50,000. If you are paying 8,000 a month, you must have finances for the house rent for 6 months, for the utility bills, like electricity, Wi-Fi, and water, 6 months ahead. Food, 6 months ahead. Clothes, 6 months ahead. School fees for your kids, 6 months ahead. This can be from, if your wife is working, maybe from 2 income streams or from 1 income stream. Make sure you have at least 6 months ahead. So that will buy you time and give you the flexibility to make risks, to take risks that when you don't have any other income stream, maybe you could be juggling between one basic need to another, and that will make you go to the pit of lack mentality. And when you have lack mentality, my friend, in this business, people will take advantage of you because you will be taking anything and anything to make something to eat at the end of the day. If you have a small child, that child will need diapers, will need milk, will need food. And as a parent, you have to provide that. And if you do not provide, the baby will cry. And there is no painful cry as that of a child who is hungry. The mother cannot make more milk because he doesn't have anything to eat. And the child is not sick. The child is hungry. And as a parent, it has happened to me, and I wouldn't want it to happen to you. So my point is, plan yourself. Have 6 months finances on the bills and everything catered for 6 months, and then from there, everything be 6 months ahead. 6 months ahead every time. If you get a payment today, make sure the first thing you have done, you have paid your rent. It is going to add on that, so that when you are down, you don't have now to go and do some shadow work and also reduce your reputation. That is when work is down, that is the time you are supposed to go refresh, train on some new skills, empower yourself, and also have some family time. Not the time to go to, for example, content marketplace, freelancer marketplace, like Upwork, Fiverr, and Freelancer, to go and look for something to complement. That is the worst thing you can do. Although you can do sometimes when shakes comes to shove, and so, but it is not recommended. So as a freelancer, make sure that you have your books clean. Make sure you are journaling in all the expenses and all the income, so that you know when you are ready to hire, when you are ready to move out of the house that you are in. And make sure the house you are renting, it is not more than, not even let's say, if for example you are so pressed, let it not go more than a third of your total income. More that's stable, that is the least you can earn per month. Let it not be more than a third of that. Okay, and then learn to live within your means. And when it comes to your family and finances, make sure whatever you have, because you must be paying for the emergency, okay, the hospital and health things, the health bills, you have to be insurance, you have to be paying for that. That is, if you are Kenyan, you must pay for NHIF. That is for your own good. But apart from that, you need to have an emergency fund, where in case home there is an issue and somebody needs help, maybe your parents, or even you need yourself, you need some help yourself, you need to save at least 5% of your income. So when I say 5%, that is the maximum you can afford. If somebody calls from home, he has a problem, or your friend has a problem, that is the amount you can afford to give that person as help. Don't be good-hearted. People take advantage of you. That is the only thing you need. Make sure you centralize on yourself first. You cannot help other people by killing yourself. Okay? So first of all, make sure you are good before helping others. Make sure all the finances are okay. Make sure whatever you have is in good hands. Okay? And make sure your partner also knows about your finances. Make sure whatever you are talking about, whatever you are making, the plans you are making, make them as one. If you have a partner, as one, have those difficult conversations, and they are going to help you. And so with that, if you need any further help, please leave me a message. I will respond in due time, because you are my friend and I want you to succeed. Have a nice time.